So thinking about timing, privacy, and access concerns, we also know that students, when it comes to courses, timing may be different for many students who have gone home. When it comes to time zones, when it comes, to our international students who are living in different time zones, we've got to be thinking about both synchronous and asynchronous opportunities for your course. So if you haven't already been doing this, I do highly believe that recording your courses as well as providing opportunities for students to view that at a later time is very important. I had a student this year who lived in India and had several different floods that affected his hometown. And so he was having such a difficult time getting access to the internet. And so being able to have flexibility where there was recorded classes, where there were meetings, even co-curricular activities that were recorded so that he would be able to participate at a later time was extremely important for him. I also think it's important to be honest and know that some of our students decided to work. And so, because not just because they wanted to, but just because they absolutely had to when it came to a lot of the different socioeconomic needs for many families during this pandemic, where folks were losing jobs and having less access to funds that they had previously. So we may have students who need to watch the course later because they were working or helping with their siblings, things like that. Privacy is another big issue. When we often ask that students have their cameras on, there's some potential issues around privacy or confidentiality, or even having issues around different diversity of homes. When I first was reading different articles about the way that we were going to have online courses, one of the articles that still sticks out in my mind is the difference between students who, when it was time to go online, went to their vacation homes or their summer homes to do their online coursework, and students who had to go home where they had, parents and families who are losing jobs or having to work from home, or siblings who are homeschooling as well, or having to go to a one-bedroom apartment that they didn't want everybody to see. And so that's really important that we think about privacy, and we think about not having rules that everybody's camera needs to be on all the time. And we also need to be thinking about the software that we use during testing. One of the students that I heard the story about one student who was really embarrassed because one of the things they had to do before tests was to scan their room where they were going to take their test in their home. And this person lived in a home where they had multiple siblings and a parent who was not working anymore. And to scan the room meant to scan all the people that were in their small apartment. And it made this person feel embarrassed that, they had to do that. And so thinking about those things is important. And then finally, access concerns. We know that we have students who don't have access to technology, that don't have access to high-speed internet. And so it's important that you provide different resources. There are several different websites that will tell you where there might be free internet nearby where you live. AT&T often has many different hotspots, at different places in multiple kind of business areas that you might be able to access. Libraries and your own institution may also provide vouchers or funding for students to get high-speed internet in their homes. I know that in many K-12 schools, they provide those resources for students. And so it'd be important for you to ask if you don't know if you have anything like that.